Honestly, this might be one of the final nails in the coffin for Stellantis.
So what's wrong with this RAM TRX?
I cannot be the only one with a 2025 Ram 1500 that is an absolute lemon.
This is highly disappointing, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not trust this truck at all right now. None. I don't trust this truck one bit.
Let's see if this will work. That doesn't work either. I hate this truck.
What's up, everybody? It's Breeze here, and today we are diving deep into a mess that's driving Ram owners absolutely crazy. The 2025 Ram trucks, especially the RHO models. We've got real comments from real people who are losing their minds over these trucks. And trust me, it's bad. Buckle up, because this one's gonna get wild.
Chrysler's parent company, Stellantis, is recalling nearly 1.5 million Ram 1500 pickup trucks due to a software bug. The company said the problem could mistakenly disable the vehicle's electronic stability control system, which helps with steering. The recall includes models from 2019 and 2021 through 2024. Stellantis says it is not aware of any crashes or injuries from the software problem.
Honestly, this might be one of the final nails in the coffin for Stellantis. They just had to recall over 300,000 heavy-duty Ram pickup trucks. There was almost 1,500 field reports and over 53,000 warranty claims. Basically, what could happen to you is that your anti-lock brakes, your electronic stability control, and your traction control can straight up just fail. The reason being is that all of these features and abilities are connected on one single device. Probably looks something like this. And it might not happen all at once. This could be a slow burn degradation type of thing. Basically, if any of those features are going out for you, take your truck in immediately, because unchecked, it will lead to permanent loss. Be especially careful if you live in snowy areas, because this can happen without warning, like even in the middle of you driving. Oh, and how could I even forget the best part? This goes all the way back to 2012 model years. Almost an additional 85,000 control units were recalled from Mopar themselves, but those appear to be used for replacement parts. This is just such a kick in the head, especially with the imminent release of the new Ram trucks. I want to believe in the hybrid models more than anybody, but you can almost guarantee that this will come with a ton of
This is look at this. My tire popped off. I just came back from Chrysler Dodge, Platinum Dodge to get a tire rotation. I almost got on the highway, but I needed gas. Got lucky. I got my two babies in the car, and my wife's pregnant. We would have hit the highway. We would have flipped. Could have possibly all be dead. Thank God. God was on our side today. So as soon as I heard a popping noise, I didn't turn the wheel anymore, so the disc is sitting on the rim. That's the reason why it never hit the floor. But it probably could have been worse, thank God.
You mind if I turn your wheels?
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Alright, so they grabbed a lug nut from each other rim to put that rim back on and forced them on there because the threading's all screwed up.
So what's wrong with this Ram TRX?
It's got a coolant leak. I got out of the truck, I could smell coolant. I popped the hood. You can see the coolant spray all over this. You can see it's wet here. It's wet all the way down there. There's coolant on the other side. You can see the tank is low. It definitely has a major coolant leak. So we are waiting for the tow truck.
Wow.
Comment 1. This user says, so many issues with the 2025 Ram. It said, I bet there will be tons of bulletins and recalls. People are buying them and trading them back in with under 30,000 miles. Man, right off the bat, you see the nightmare. People aren't even hitting 30,000 miles before dumping these trucks back. Who spends tens of thousands on a new truck just to trade it in after a few thousand miles? That's insane. Comment 2. This user says, I normally like Ram trucks, but when they went to turbo, I decided to buy a Chevy and I have had no issues. Love my Silverado. See that? Loyal Ram fans switching brands because the new trucks are a disaster. Chevrolet standing tall. No problems, while Ram owners are losing their minds.
Alright guys, this is a 2025 Ram truck with a 3.6 liter engine in it. So vehicle came in for communication issues. Customer claims they almost crashed because the vehicle lost power assist and whatnot. So here's what I found. Vehicle, about 9,000 miles on it. Right now the bus is online, but if you look right here, the bus now is dead. And you could hear the bus coming back. Alright, so if you guys are dealing with these newer trucks, start there, because as you can tell, this most likely came like that from the factory unless it was in an accident. So that's how it's going down today.
Incoming rant, this is your warning. I cannot be the only one with a 2025 Ram 1500 that is an absolute lemon. It's had the check engine light on and off since it was at 500 miles for misfiring codes. It has broken down on me twice. It's been in the shop 3 times. The last time that it was in the shop, it was there for 21 days. It had 3 faulty fuel injectors replaced, and they still couldn't fix it. They still couldn't stop it from misfiring. Ram Engineering basically told them that they didn't have a fix for it and to just give it back to me. So it gets stuck in the wrong gear. It doesn't shift. It doesn't respond when I press the accelerator. So if I'm making like a left turn into busy traffic, I am literally like doing the sign of the cross, because there is a really good chance that I'm not going to make it. I've had several close calls. It is terrifying to have your gas pedal to the floor and have your truck literally just not moving. So what prompted this rage video that I'm recording right now is my backup camera is now a blue screen. Thank God we only leased it and we didn't buy it. But the reason why we leased it and not buy a used truck was because we wanted a reliable family vehicle. Yeah. This is our family vehicle. I drive my kids to school in this, and I need this truck to move furniture for my business. It is crucial. If I don't have this truck, I can't restore furniture. Ridiculous that I have this brand new truck with 6,000 miles on it, and I got to get in it every day and say a prayer that it's going to start. I cannot be the only person with this problem. I don't know. Maybe my good karma will spill over into this, and Ford or Chevy will see this video and feel bad for me and get me out of my lease. And make me like a Ford or a Chevy ambassador, please. The only reason why I have this truck is because I couldn't afford a Ford. It was.
Comment 3. This user says, I feel you. I'm going through the same thing on my 2025 Ram Tradesman. 1,000 miles, has multiple cylinder misfire and a bad cat. Only 1,000 miles, multiple cylinder misfires and a bad catalytic converter? That's insane. And dealerships? Yeah, they're clueless, just shrugging like it's normal. Comment 4. This user says, you got lucky. I had the exact same problem on my 2025 Rebel with less than 1,000 miles. Well, same thing as what you were going through. But after that, it started killing my batteries. I was told update problems. Batteries dying on top of everything? Man, this is turning into a horror show. And the update problems? How many updates do you need before the truck actually works?
This is highly disappointing. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not trust this truck at all right now. None. I don't trust this truck one bit. I wouldn't trust it just to drive down to AAR headquarters. Sure as hell would not trust this truck to drive up to Indiana. And obviously the truck, this is what we would normally take on a road trip out of state. That's how my last truck ended up with over 30,000 miles on it in the span of a year. We drive a lot, and the truck is used for most of the big road trips, for hauling cars, all the out-of-state stuff. That's what this truck gets used for, man. I'm looking at the coolant. I was kind of checking to see if maybe we got any bubbles. My concern is head gasket problems. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a random multiple misfire on a brand new car, because it's not like we've got bad spark plugs, right? The coils shouldn't be bad. A multiple random cylinder misfire. It just, especially on an engine that's got twin turbos, my mind goes straight to head gasket problems. Anyway, let's shut it off and let's see if the misfire, there it is, it's back again. I mean, the misfire never goes away, but the check engine light turns off like, no, it's okay. It's fine. It's not fine. It's really not fine. Let's shut it off. Let's start it back up one more time. Is it not misfiring now? No, it's misfiring. Oh yeah, she's misfiring. In fact, it's misfiring worse now than it was.
So apparently nobody's buying Ram trucks. Dealers are starting to feel the heat as sales declined in Q3 to their lowest volume in at least 6 years for that quarter, according to a report from Cox Automotive. But things don't get any better. In a report from CarEdge, Ram 1500 is currently the 8th slowest selling new vehicle with a current market day supply of 238 and an average transaction price of $60,765. Keep in mind that historically a 60 to 70 day supply has always been considered normal or like ideal. Ram 3500, that's ranked number 3 on the slowest selling list, 367 day supply with an average transaction price of $81,263. Coming in at number 1, the slowest selling vehicle on the list, according to CarEdge, Ram 2500 with a 460 day supply and an average transaction price of $88,679, which is just a little crazy when you think about it. So Ram is holding 3 of the top 10 slots and 2 of the top 3 when it comes to the slowest selling vehicles as of November 1st. But what's even worse is that Stellantis as a whole has 7 out of 10, with the Dodge Hornet, Jeep Wagon.
Comment 5. This user says, so sad that Dodge has changed their platform, but it's because of the government EPA laws in this country. It is a constant fight with car manufacturers. Yeah, blame EPA laws if you want, but at the end of the day, a customer shouldn't have to deal with this mess. New trucks shouldn't feel like ticking time bombs. Comment 6. This user says, all modern trucks are horrible. I switched from Dodge to Chevy, and it's disappointing to say the least. Just replace the transmission. Modern trucks, man. They're a joke. Replacing a transmission on a new truck? That's ridiculous. People expect reliability, not headaches.
I am an idiot for buying this truck. Yep, that's what the comments have been. They have talked about this truck right here. This 2025 Ram 1500 RHO is just junk. You should have bought TRX. That's the first mistake. Second mistake was you bought a Dodge. Dodges are junk. Stellantis builds terrible vehicles. What are you thinking? You just don't know what you're talking about. Okay, first of all, if you're calling this a Dodge Ram, I have to wonder if you're being either snarky or not keeping up with the times. It's been 16 years since Dodge and Ram split. Are you still mad about they split the name? You still think they made a bad decision? Okay, it's been 16 years. I love grudges. I hold on to grudges all the time. But 16 years of a name split? Come on, man. Then you talk about Stellantis. Terrible vehicles. Terrible. Awesome. They just all their junk. Well, I've been doing this job 14 years, and I've done reliability reports for years. I think ever since 12 years ago, I've been doing reliability reports. If you look at problems per 100 vehicles, which is an industry standard metric, Ram actually is better than most in the average, in the metric. Yeah. Stellantis products aren't as bad as they used to be. Things change. If you're still holding on this grudge that you had a 1994 Dodge Ram and it was a piece of crap, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to change your opinion on that. I'm not even going to try. What I'm going to tell you is the people that worked on that truck, well, they're either probably retired, near retirement, maybe dead. So I don't know about you, but it seems like it's time to bear that grudge. I have put 2,000 miles on this truck, and I tell you, a lot of people will say, well, you know, obviously you should have bought a Tundra. That's the best, most reliable truck. I had more problems with my Tundra than I have with this in the first 2,000 miles. I had more problems with the Chevy Silverado I had, more problems with the F-150 I had than I've had this in the first 2,000 miles. So I'm doing pretty well. Now, have there been problems with this truck? Yeah, I'm on a bunch of forums and stuff, and there's a guy here and there has problems. This is a new Hurricane engine. You know, it's brand new. Not really. It's been in Jeep Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers for 2 years now. Actually, starting on 3 years coming up this year, throughout this year. So this engine has been out for a while. We've had a few issues here and there, but again, problems per 100 haven't been nearly as much as other engines. Say, oh, HEMIs with the tick? Yeah, that was no issue for like 15 years. So I haven't had any ticking issues. I've had a lot of fun with this truck. 540 horsepower, 520 foot-pounds torque. It freaking moves. This thing is cool. I love the exterior, love the interior. It is a badass truck. Now, last question. Why did I buy the TRX? How dumb would that be? It would be, right? So I buy new trucks because guess what people want to watch? New trucks. The TRX has been out there for a couple years now. They discontinued it. You can't buy it from factory anymore. So why would I buy that? That makes no sense for me. It may make sense for you. Maybe you want that V8 growl. Fine. I'm not going to argue that one. This RAM RHO, basically is a TRX with the new Hurricane engine versus the 6.2 liter supercharged V8. They both use premium fuel. They both get terrible gas mileage. One's got a better exhaust note than the other. That's your main difference. But I tell you what, I've been pretty happy with this. It's been a really good time. So am I an idiot for buying this? Come on, man. No, this is what I do. I bought a Ford, I bought a Chevy, I bought a Tundra, I bought the Ram, I'll buy another Tundra, I'll buy another Chevy, I'll buy another Ford. So yeah, things change. Let's just open mind. Let's think about things a little differently. It's not a Dodge Ram anymore. Quality's gone up. And it's a cool looking truck. Yeah, that's why I like it.
Comment 7. This user says, water in cylinder bro hits the head gasket. I went through the same with my Durango, changed coils and spark plugged twice and checked the seals. Water in the cylinder, killing the head gasket, changing coils and spark plugs twice. This is absurd. Who buys a brand new truck and ends up playing mechanic immediately? Comment 8. This user says, hey, I have a 2025 1500 3.6 e-torque and I'm suing Stellantis. Suing Stellantis. Can you blame them? At this point, it's not just frustration, it's straight up legal action.
Is this going to be a problem? Yesterday I was checking out the new 2025 RAM 1500 and I noticed the oil filter was in a really tough to get to spot. This is what happens when you use the same powertrain throughout multiple vehicles. Sometimes the simplest things like oil filter placement, they get messed up in a new application like a truck with the double wishbone suspension and the different bars in the front that would stop somebody from just reaching up and grabbing this oil filter. So, that's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to get out. I can see somebody having to twist their arm and get back in there to get to the oil filter. And I'm going to hear a lot of cuss words from mechanics, I think, and oil lube guys, because that's not the easiest thing to get to. What do you guys think? Is it a problem, or am I making a mountain out of a molehill?
In yet another very fast episode of this 2025 Ram 1500 is the worst truck ever. Hitting the tailgate button. It's just beeping. Just beeping at me. Not actually doing anything at all, like close, like it's supposed to. No, there's nothing in the way or the jams or anything like that. It's perfectly clean. You can see that right there. Let's see if this will work. That doesn't work either. I hate this truck.
Comment 9. This user says, there's a lady on this app with a new Ram pickup truck, and she prayed every time she drove it because it was misfiring so bad, and the dealer couldn't do anything for her. Praying every time you drive a new truck? What is this, a horror movie? Misfires like this should be illegal. Comment 10. This user says, did they check your fuel injectors? I had 3 faulty fuel injectors that were causing the blinking CE along with the misfires. I've had 8 rental cars. Mine has been in the shop 7 times. 7 times in the shop, 8 rental cars, blinking check engine light non-stop. People don't buy trucks to live at the dealership, but that's exactly what's happening.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we believe is a faulty ballast or a failing ballast. Now, this is the first actual major issue that I have with this 2025 RAM RHO. I took it to my local Dodge dealership already, and they did say that it was the ballast indeed that was making that noise, but because they haven't serviced or worked on or have that many RAM RHOs that have come through their dealers before, and RAM has not stated that this is an issue or known issue with other RAM RHOs, they cannot fix it quite yet. They said that if I get a light on the dash or if the light starts failing or anything like that, that they would replace it and cover it under warranty, so that is good to know. And I have posted about this issue on RAM RHO forums, and nobody else seems to have this issue. So hopefully it's just me. Hopefully others don't experience this. But this part right here, if it wasn't covered under warranty, would be a $1,500 part. So unfortunately, I do have a faulty ballast. I'm not quite sure when it started to go faulty. I just noticed this sound one day and was like, what is that? And when I took it down to the Dodge dealership, they said that it was a ballast. So first actual major issue with my Ram 1500 RHO.
Comment 11. This user says, Ram Master Technician here, and I agree with what you are saying in terms of the problem with the Ram 2025 1500 Rebel truck. Even a Ram Master Tech is backing this up. You know it's bad when the people building and fixing these trucks are saying, yeah, it's a problem. Comment 12, this user says, the 3.0 has injector issues. I've seen that often at the dealer. Also, I've seen the harness by the top, nobody rubs on the stud. Check that it's a TSP. Also, you don't have a bad head gasket. The HEMI is a thing of the past now. The new 6-cylinder engine is junk. There is no replacement for displacement. That's a fact. The new engines, these 6 cylinders, junk. People trusted the HEMI, but Stellantis ditched it and gave us this nightmare instead.
Look at my old little buddy who just showed up today. I've had my truck back for 5 days now after they tried to fix the noise, and guess who's back? Good old P0300 multiple cylinder misfire code. Engine was a shuddering, so took her back to the shop for her 12th trip. Also hit 10,000 miles today, hilariously, because I believe Stellantis Engineering said, once you get to 10,000 miles, the engine will have broken in and everything will be fine.
Settling the debate right now. Rams are better than F-150s or Tundras or Tacomas or Silverados or any other truck. Rams are literally the best. Just listen to how good mine sounds. So the next time you want to talk about how unreliable Rams are, listen to this baby purr.
Okay, good morning. No filter today. I like my filters. Anyways, I'm here because I've seen a lot of TikToks, videos where people are having some problems with their cars and the dealership not even bothering with it, or the manufacturer in this case. So in my case, I bought a 2025 RAM RHO with like 80 some miles, 90%. I bought it 67,000 plus. That's not counting my negative equity of 6,000 that I had. So anyways, it's a total of, they gave me a discount of whatever the amount, total amount of 71,000 that I owe. So the next day, I start having problems with it. The whole board starts flickering, it turns off, it starts jerking like if it doesn't want to go, then it goes, or it stopped completely. And I was like, what? I just literally got you. So my poor husband hasn't been able to use it at all. So anyways, I took it back to Bert Ogden in Harlingen, and we're gonna fix it, blah 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 blah. Days pass, it's ready. I go pick it up, I'm barely down the road and it happens again, so I have to go back. All this time, you know, they did lend me a loaner because I was like, you're gonna have to lend me a car, right? I take it back. I called RAM, Stellantis, because they're, I guess, the manufacturers. I call them, I tell them. They said open a star case. Then they sent me an email that the star case was closed. Then they told me for the dealership to open a star case. They never did. Long story short, the truck was there for about 20 some days. And then they give it back. Oh, it's done. It was the batteries. We replaced the batteries. We changed the batteries. Okay, fine. I go pick it up. I'm not even at the parking lot. Like, literally that, not even at the parking lot. That it stops again. And it starts doing everything again. And I say, look, it's doing it. I don't know if it's ever happened to you that you go to check engine light or whatever. You go to the mechanic. Oh, no tiene nada. It has nothing.
Comment 13. This user says, you not tired yet of this truck? 10,000 miles shouldn't need anything done. But maybe, and oil change. Hopefully at 11,000 miles, the noise will be gone along with oil issue, because you should get rid of it and get into a Toyota. Yeah, that's the truth. No one should be fixing a new truck at 10k miles. Time to cut your losses and move on. Comment 14. This user says, you should look into the 2500 2025 diesel. Mine is off to a bad start. The diesels, too. Every model, every engine, it seems like these 2025 trucks are cursed from the factory.
Recently I did a video on the 2025 Ram 1500 Hurricane engine not having a dipstick. Nope, it's got oil sensor. Yeah, you guys had lots of questions about this. So I went to Ram Engineering and got some answers for you on why and what happens when it fails. So let's start with the article. It's on pickuptrucktalk.com, and it says, why was the change made not to have a dipstick? Well, they said the Hurricane is a premium engine in the company's lineup. As such, the design team reviewed available technologies to enhance not only performance, fuel economy, and engine operation, but also customer convenience. The oil level sensor allows for oil level monitoring for customers that choose not to check the oil on a regular basis. Whew. Get some comments about that. More details, again, find out on the website. What happens if the sensor stops working? Can you drive the truck? That was a huge concern for you guys. Warranty issues, going to blow the engine up. They say the vehicle can be driven, but error messages will display in a cluster, such as specific reason for loss of function. So it's going to tell you, your sensor's not working. Go to the dealership, get it fixed. And they have details in the owner's manual on how to do an oil refresh procedure yourself, and you can check it whenever you want to.
Comment 15. This user says, the dealership inspected a noise and confirmed it was a fuel pump failure. My truck has now been there for 8 days, and I still haven't received any updates on when the pump will arrive or when the repair will be done. 8 days at the dealership, and still no updates. People are literally stranded without their trucks. Comment 16, this user says, 5.7-liter HEMI engine with e-torque, never had no problems. I got a 2023 Ram 1500 Rebel, no problems on mine. But them new 2025 Ram 1500s with piece of crap Hurricane engines are no good. 2025 is the worst year. 2023 Ram TRX Havoc Edition is way better. It's like night and day. Old Ram trucks were rock solid. 2025, disaster.
Well, look at that. My first check engine light ever on one of the trucks I bought. And that's a new one for me. It's the first time I've had a new truck that has a check engine light at 80,227 miles. Yeah, what's going on? Let's find out. I have a code reader. Let's see what's going on with this check engine light. And, because I had a Ford F-150, had a Chevy Silverado, had a Toyota Tundra, and as you know, I test drive hundreds of trucks for the last 15 years, and I've never had one of them with a check engine light. The process says UO 418 says invalid data received from brake system control module A. Go down, it's the same code from brake system control module A. Same thing, brake system control module A. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I'm guessing there's something wrong with my brake control module A. Okay, before I go any further, let's make something very clear. I have a dealership service visit scheduled. The truck's under warranty. But I have some time this afternoon. I thought it'd be interesting with the code reader to just see what's going on and play a little amateur detective. People keep telling me, new trucks are junk, Tim. They're all terrible. They're all piles of junk. I think it's kind of cool. You can plug these trucks in with a scanner, and they tell you what's wrong with them. Imagine that. The truck tells you what's wrong with it. That was kind of Jetson stuff when I was growing up. So, do you have the code? The U0418 says, in a Ram vehicle indicates invalid data received from brake system control module. So, it got me thinking about recent trips and whether or not sand could cause the problem. Were we recently doing something in the sand? This is my wife's first time in Baja mode with the RHO. And the kids and the wife. And the cousin. And she's, look at it. Put your foot into it. Don't bog down. Go. Pedal on the right. Andale. Yeah, that might have been part of the issue. I sprayed all the way around the undercarriage. Got it nice and wet. Sprayed it all around the wheels, because that's from the wheel speed sensors. So it's still on that screen, which is fine. If I erase codes, I guess that's what I gotta do. Let's see if we can erase codes. Clear, reset emission related. Yeah, I'm sure. Please turn ignition on and engine off. Okay, so then do I, still on? It's off. Haha.
Comment 17, this user says, my 2004 Ram 1500 5.7 with 252,000 miles still going strong. It would cost me $80,000 to buy a comparable new one to replace it. And I'm not buying any Stellantis junk. My next vehicle will be a BMW. 252,000 miles on a 2004 Ram, still going strong, and people are paying $80,000 for these broken 2025s. No wonder loyalty is gone. Comment 18. This user says, 2019 HEMI, no issues, running flawless, love my Ram. And there it is, the last comment, proving that Ram used to be solid. The 2019 HEMI, flawless, but the 2025 trucks, absolute chaos. Alright guys, that's it for today. If you're thinking about buying a 2025 Ram truck, especially the RHO models, take these stories seriously. Misfires, fuel pump failures, battery issues, dealerships clueless. It's a mess. Drop a comment below if you've had your own nightmare with a Ram, hit that like button if this video opened your eyes, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives. I'm Breeze, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.